So I don't really know where to start, but I can only speak from my heart. Say the words that come into my mind, open, honest, and undefined, because that's the way I feel inside. From the moment I wake, my mind starts to rotate, as I try and understand humanity's state. But there's no way to translate the debate, because there's nothing left to equate. From the beginning of our time, they started their crimes, living off our dime in richness and sublime. Our freedoms are disguised as philanthropy by the elite who play us like Monopoly, along with government leaders that have no sympathy. We are just pawns to be moved round the board, and when we pass go, we increase their fraud. And while they sit there and seem so pristine, all suited and clean, as we listen to the jargon that they spin, telling us about what they'll be changing, and yet when it's all over, it's all still remaining. Prime ministers and presidents acting with elegance, performing with false pretense, while they're there protecting their wealth. Do you really think they care about our health? At this current time, we're disillusioned with politics, because we know that we're just hypocrites, and there seems to be no end to this, spitting out their BS just for the sake of it. Secret handshakes surrounded in mystery, corrupt politicians spinning words like magicians, running covert missions, sneaking under our suspicions, because they know we really don't listen. Politicians and the financial elite have made it impossible for us to compete. But if you're sitting there thinking this guy's not realistic, then listen to a few pieces of our history. In 1953 in Iran, there was a military coup of the democratically elected government, orchestrated by, guess who? The CIA and the UK plunged the country into murder and poverty in an effort to gain control of all refineries, using their stealth to disposition the wealth. And we wonder why people start sacrificing themselves, putting on vests, trying to blow up the West. And then we protest, thinking we know best. I just don't get this. Why do we accept this? Why don't we reject this? We need to put some emphasis on the reason why life exists. We went into Iraq and Afghanistan with the name of peace as the plan, but we only took tanks and no ambulance. But this doesn't matter, because we think we're lucky. Petrol prices are down. Thank you, Mr. Gaddafi. I just don't get this. Why do we accept this? Why can't we reject this? There needs to be some emphasis on the reason why life exists. Diego Garcia was a military base. That now belongs to the States, but it used to belong to the UK, with an indigenous population since the 18th century. But then we decided to give it away. So we expelled all the citizens without any reason. We killed all their dogs with gas inhalation. And we threatened to cut them off so they would die from famine if they didn't follow our controlled eviction. So we shipped them on boats with little possessions. And dropped them off on the docks of Mauritius. And then we moved them to an estate infested with animals and left them there to die from a disease that they call the sadness. I just don't get this. Why do we accept this? Why can't we reject this? There needs to be a reason why life exists. War and poverty, morning, noon and night, exposing our eyes to impossible sights. How can anyone believe in the man in the light, or that there's faith high up in the sky when millions of innocents needlessly die? But that's not the way it's meant to be. We are all living entities. Look, I don't want to piss people off, but it's time we take stock. It's time to reboot the revolutionary clock. Because if we don't stop, we will all lose the lot. So it's fuck you to government for telling us how to live. Fuck you for telling us how much to give. Fuck you for abusing your power, leaving suffering in your wake hour by hour. And let me tell you, if the revolution comes true, I hope that I'm still alive when it's through. So that when challenges start anew and everyone pulls up a pew, we can start again with a positive view. As much about how it is. It's about how it should be. It's about how it could be. And it's about you and me. The possibilities are endless. We're not defenseless. If we organise collectively, progressively, and with empathy. But now I've come to the end of my slot, so thank you, because that's all I've got.